Welcome to Butterfly Beauty. It was time for me to create a spring-inspired look, and this is what I came up with. I used a combination of staple Makeup Geek shadows and the Anastasia Beverly Hills Self-Made palette. Now this palette came out in the fall. When I saw this palette and I saw this seafoam green shadow, I'm like, doesn't this just scream spring to you in shadow form? And of course, I have dewy, luminous skin because nothing is more reminiscent of springtime than that fresh glow. So you know what's about to happen. We're gonna get into this look. It's time to prep our skin, so I'm moisturizing my lips, applying the Dr. Brandt Pores No More, and spritzing my skin with my Rosewater spray. It contains both rosewater and glycerin, which will hydrate and help the foundation really adhere to the skin. Prior to going in with foundation, I'm going to be doing color correcting with the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Redness. Using a Real Techniques pointed foundation brush, I'm using a stippling motion to really press that product into the skin. And as you can see, this really tones down the redness. For foundation, I'm using the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I'm, of course, in the lightest shade, the 02, which is fair with neutral undertones. And I'm stippling the foundation into the skin with the Sigma F80 Flat Top Kabuki brush. My under eye circles have been intense lately. I'm using the Ofra Magic Roulette palette, the peach shade, to try to cancel those out. They're telling me I need to be drinking more water. Now I'll be using the highlight shade, which is pink tone from the Dr. Yart BB Matte Contour Kit, to add brightness to the high points in my face and also to the areas that tend to be a little darker, like around my nose and mouth. And I'm blending this out with my damp beauty blender. I will be coming out soon with an in-depth contour and highlight routine, so stay tuned for that. Moving on to the under eye area, I'm using the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer in the shade Fair, which will provide more coverage in this area. And I'm applying it with a flat concealer brush and then blending that out with the Morphe G2 brush. To ensure that we get as minimal creasing as possible, I'm immediately going in to set that with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Ethereal Light. Using a pressing motion, I'm pressing that powder into that area with a Real Techniques contour brush. To set the foundation in place, I'm using the Mercier translucent powder and my damp beauty blender to press the powder into the skin. I use this technique on the areas that tend to crease the most. Then with a Real Techniques Duo Fiber Face Brush, I'm giving a sheer application of powder to the cheek area. Now we're going to be moving on to the eyes. I'm priming them with the MAC Painterly Paint Pot and then setting the area from my crease to my brow bone with the translucent powder. I'll first be taking Buttery on a MAC 275 brush to highlight the brow bone area. Using Barcelona Beach and Beaches and Cream from Makeup Geek for my transition colors, I'm applying it to the upper crease area using windshield wiper motions. This will give a nice balance of warm and cool tones to this area. Then I'm applying Mocha to the outer third of the crease to start building that definition. Next, on a Smith 253 brush, I'm applying in the spotlight to the inner third of the eyelid, and the spotlight is a beautiful pink shade with coral undertones. Now for the star of the show, Isla, that gorgeous seafoam green shade, I'm applying it to the outer 2/3 of the eyelid. Now taking Mocha again on a Smith 230 brush, I'm going to be darkening up the outer V. I decided I wanted a more champagne effect on the inner third of the eye, so I applied Treasure with a MAC 242 brush onto this area. To begin smoking out my lower lash line, I'm using Barcelona Beach, then applying a forest green liner to my waterline, and then using Enchanted Forest and applying it right underneath my lower lashes. Then to balance out the cooler tones we have going on underneath the eyes, I'm applying Beaches and Cream. I will be winging out my eyeliner today using the Maybelline Black Gel Liner and the Sigma EO5 eyeliner brush. I'm using the Red Cherry number 43 lashes today, one of my absolute favorite lashes. And here's a tip. Allowing the glue to get tacky for about 60 seconds will help you tremendously. To blend my realsies in with my falsies, I'm using the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. And then I'm tight lining with the Maybelline Skinny Precise Gel Liner. For my bottom lashes, I'm trying out this Tinted Lash Primer from Benefit. And then on top of that, I'm applying my beloved MAC Giga Black Lash. Don't you just feel like breathing in a sigh of relief when your eyes are finished? Moving back to the complexion, I'm using the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion in Iridescent Amber on a Smith 118 brush to add warmth to the skin and bronze it up. Now for contouring, I'm using the lightest shade from the Fiona Stiles Contour Kit in light medium, and I'm applying it to the hollows of my cheekbones using a NARS Ita brush. And then I will be blending that out with a tulip brush from Sedona Lace. On a fluffy blending brush, this is the MAC 224 brush, I'm using the lightest shade again to contour my nose. Next, I'm going to be adding even more definition to the contour, and I'm placing this medium shade far back by my ears, so staying to the upper portion of the hollows of my cheekbones, applying a little bit onto my forehead, and then applying it underneath my lip to give the ultimate full pout. Next, using the Hello Flawless powder from Benefit, I'm doing some reverse contouring. I'm applying this right underneath my contour and then also down the center and sides of my nose to really make that contour pop. Then I'm stippling a little of that powder onto my lower jawline to add some coverage to that area. Now for the best part of makeup, adding that glow. And I'm using Sunburst from the Anastasia Glow Kit in That Glow, haha, no pun intended, and I'm applying it to the high points of my face. Then I will be using a Morphe E36 pencil brush to give a more precise application of That Glow to the center of my nose, Cupid's bow, and inner corner of my eye. Then I'll be using Bubbly as a blusher highlight and applying it right below the Sunburst. For blush, I'm using MAC Spring Sheen, the perfect blush in both name and color, which will give us a nice pinky peach glow, the perfect color for spring. I'm setting the powders into the skin with my Rosewater spray, and I will link my DIY in the information bar. This whole lip combo is for MAC. I'm lining my lips with Oak, then I'm applying Myth and topping that off with Oyster Girl, which will give us a beautiful glossy nude lip for spring. This is the finished makeup look. Happy spring, everyone. I'm really excited for the warmer weather. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Remember, you're beautiful inside and out.